PipSnipers here, back for another update. Let's take a look at Bitcoin here today. And currently what we see is a 5-wave move to the upside in the form of a leading diagonal. So we have 5 waves here within a diagonal formation, and we've also rejected off of the 61.8% fib. Taking a fib from our March 2nd high down to our low on March 10th, we were just grinding our way up to the 61.8% fib, saw a decline, a bearish backtest, and then follow through below this diagonal trendline support. Now it does look like we are going to come down to around the 61.8% fib, which would also be right at this value area low when we analyze the volume of this small uptrend that we had from March 10th up to March 24th. So the value area low is sitting at around 81,293. I would be expecting a nice pop to the upside for our wave 2 low. If we end up losing 81,293, then it's likely will come down to around 80,269 and 79,245. And either of these fibs, so either at the 61.8% fib at 81,293, or this region is where we were going to see the pop up. Right now I'm thinking that this is your wave 1 and we're coming down for an ABC for your wave 2 before we have that wave 3 to the upside. In the scenario where we lose 79,245, then it's likely Bitcoin is going to trend down towards the macro 618, which would be at 71,835. Now that's not my main case. That's actually the more bearish scenario. My bias is that we've already seen the bottom here at the 50% fib. We're going to see chop within this yellow region before we see the nice push up for our wave 5, likely taking us to around 129 to 135,000. It's very apparent that there is only 4 waves here. This is your wave 1, your wave 2 from August 10th down to September 6th. This is your explosive wave 3, and you can even count 5 subwaves within this wave 3. Okay, these are your 5 subwaves. And then this is your ABC within your wave 4. Not only coming down to the 50% fib, but also coming down to the 1.618 extension. So it's a very overextended C wave. You see how we came down to the 1.618, taking a trend-based fib from the top of A to the bottom of A and up to the counter trend. We see that we came down to the 1.618, which is also known as the golden ratio. Okay, now taking a look here at Bitcoin CME futures, something that's very noteworthy is that we never lost the 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average on CME futures sits around 80,583. And we also filled this daily gap. Okay, we filled this daily gap. Now, this morning we tapped into a CME gap right over here. We actually filled it just this morning. Okay, we filled this gap, but in doing so, we gapped down. So we gapped down from 87,315 to 85,840. So we may see a wick up into this region. Right, a wick up into this region and then come down for one more push on the USDT pair and then continue up from there. However this is going to play out, just know that in the grand scheme of things, this is just chop, and it'll look like a blip on the radar when you scale out to the high time frame. Okay, don't forget that the RSI has dipped into oversold territory. Looking at the daily RSI here, so taking a look at the at a regular chart, the USDT chart, the USD pair, we can see that this daily RSI has flipped into oversold territory. So as we consolidate here at the 50% fib, if you lose that level I was telling you about, which is this level right here, at around 79,200, then it's likely we're going to come down to this low at the 618. even if we came down to the 618 here at 71,837, we would likely still be forming bullish divergence on the daily time frame, right? Because this would be a higher low on the RSI, but you'd have a lower low on the price. Okay. Now remember, this is not my main case, right? My main case is that we've already seen the bottom here at the 50% fib, and then we're just going to chop here at the lows before we see that explosive fifth wave to the upside. Going all the way back to November 2022, we can clearly see that we have 5 waves here. But within these 5 waves, within the fifth wave, we need a wave 5 of 5. Now this wave 5 of 5 would likely be the most explosive wave. It would look something like this. See? Wave 5 of 5. This is your wave 1. Then you had 150 days of reaccumulation. Then you had your wave 3. And then this wave 4 lasting over 6 months. Okay. This was a WXY correction or an ABCDE, depending on how you want to look at it. But if we look a little closer, we're missing one last wave here to the upside. Okay, now this, like I said, this low is either in at the 50% fib, and we're going to see chop over here. But if you end up losing 79,257 around that area, then it's likely we're going to bottom out here, and this would be the wave 4. And if we did come down to the 618 there at 71,186, it'd actually have a lot of support there, because it's not only the 618, which is the inverse of the golden ratio, but you'd also be tapping these March highs into support. So this would be an SR flip. You see, we were using this as resistance back in March. Coming down here, we would be creating this into support. Okay, in order for us to have a healthy move to the upside, we would need to carve out a bottom at these two levels. Either the bottom is in over here, or we come down and turn this March resistance into support. I hope you guys enjoyed the Bitcoin video. I will be doing an XRP video next. Peace out and take it easy. I'll see you in the next one.